Hello. Hi there. How you doing? Oh man, I just shone that light directly in my eyeballs. Ow. That hurt. What up everybody? How's it going? Welcome to another day of drawing. That's right. I'm not doing any more, well, not today, working on the poster that we were doing last time, the Saturday Nights thing, because I've been working on it a bit in my own time and frankly I need a break. fed up of working on it. So going back to some comic book stuff, we're doing the next page in this thing, which is just a dumb little Instagram comic that I've been making. See if we can get more of this in shot here. Wonder how in focus that is as well. I think it looks alright to me. What about you, chat? What do you think? Let me know how we're doing video and sound levels, by the way. All that good stuff. And let me know how you're doing today on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon. So we're doing another page of this, right? And this page is quite a... It's going to be a bit of a pain in the arse to draw, basically, this page. It's quite a long page. It's a shot of, like... Basically, the character is, like, stepping out of his apartment building into the street. So it's like going to be a really busy, built-up metropolis scene, picture like image. That's kind of futuristic-y type stuff, kind of cyberpunk-y a bit. So, yeah, quite a lot to get done really. I don't really have much in the way of reference, so I guess that is stage 1, chat. Find some reference. It's going to be a test of our ability to draw perspective today, I think. Because that's normally what cities are about, right? Right to chat. Actually, before that, let's get a drawing area that this page is going to be, because they're all the same square size, right? 6 inches, yeah, I thought so. I don't know why, but I find 6 inches by 6 inches is a good size to work on stuff for Instagram, because obviously it has to be a square, right? And 6 inches is... Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Dr. Troy? I enjoyed your Shit Game Sunday stream the other day, by the way. It was very entertaining. I would have bought one of the games and joined in, but none of them looked like they were worth the price tag, however low it might be. So I didn't. Where's this go? Oh, that was just sketches I was doing the other day. Fine, put that over. We're gonna want to. This is going to be quite a complex scene, right? So we're gonna have to. We have to thumbnail this bad boy. So let's get some shitty printer paper to thumbnail on. Because I'm using Bristol board for this comic, right? That's what this is. It's like card paper stuff. It's quite thick, but it's like perfect white, which I really like. And it takes ink really well. But I'm running out, so I'm actually drawing on the back of stuff that I've used before. So that's good. That paper's staying down there now forever. That's just the way that works. So we need to thumbnail this bad boy right here. Just looking for some reference. I'm thinking like he's coming out and I want the city to look really big and him to look really small, basically. So he's going to be like coming out of his door. The building's like this, right? Around him. Or like this, rather. And then there's like a building here in the foreground or whatever, and then maybe some here and here, and the street lights maybe. I don't know how much of that is showing up on camera. But basically it's just a big scribble. But I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing with it. I think I want it to be more like if this is the perspective point. I want it to be more like that, right? Central above it. Although I don't mind that first scribble, to be honest, chat. The point of this comic was to not put too much effort in, right? It's to just have fun and draw some stuff that I want to draw. So maybe we do just leave it. I want him to be like on the left coming out to the right, because that's how your eye flows across a page, right? So it makes sense that that's the the direction of motion in the image. Oh, Pinterest isn't loading, so that's annoying. if it'll help turning the Wi-Fi off this. Better. Perspective. Oh yeah, maybe we have it from the bottom up, looking up like. So it'd be like this. This is a building here, and he would be like this, right? But then I think he kind of is too big then in the frame. We want the city to be the main focus, and he's like a little dot in this huge metropolis. If you're wondering what we're doing, by the way, people in chat that weren't here when we're starting, we're doing the next page of this comic that we've been doing sometimes for Instagram. And basically the scene is the guy is stepping out of his apartment building and into like a big sort of future city place thing. And we're just working out. We're just doing some quick thumbnailing before we go in and sketch it out so that we know what our composition is going to look like. Something like that, I think. Like that. That's not bad. Yeah, we want it to be quite high on the horizon point, right? This is the image. We want like the horizon point to be quite low so that we're quite high above it. So everything going into here, right? There's like some buildings like this. Some buildings like this. I still think that's quite low. I still think it needs to be like looking down on the city, basically, from a high point, from a high window. That's the street. Like that. Yeah, I think we do something like that. I know that's really rough, but I know what I'm thinking with that, so it's gonna be like a building here that we're supposedly looking off the roof of, sort of. So that we have foreground interest, chat. You need a bit of every layer, right? And then the city street that he's on kind of curves like this. And the horizon point is down here somewhere, like here. So everything builds up from this point, right? What to say here? Like that, and then like that's that pavement and that's that pavement. It's going to be thicker because it's closer, right? Not that you're ever really going to see it because this is going to be covered up by other buildings. Also, that this is not just a 1 point perspective image. There's perspective over here where if that's the horizon. Let's say this building's facing that. After all, what's with the hat? It's just because my hair's a mess today, so I put a hat on. Couldn't be bothered to neaten it up, so we whacked a hat on. So you see how this is like the edge of the building, and this is the other side, and it all like comes into this horizon point here. And then if we put another one in directly in line with this building, right? So here. It would be like this, and then this line would come towards this horizon point here. Technically there should be one like over here somewhere for the other one, if we're doing a 3 point perspective, but I think I'm just going to leave it because I think it'll look alright. Just eyeballing that. What are you doing today? We're doing the next page in a comic that I've been doing for Instagram. We've done it before. It's this. This was the last page we did. This is the next page. I think, however, that building is too close because it's covering up too much of the pavement, so we need to draw this one further back from this one. And we're doing, this page is like, the character is like stepping out into the streets to find a mysterious character. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing today. That's too small, isn't it? And that line is kind of wonky. We were doing, obviously, last time, working on that poster that I was doing, that Saturday Night Live poster, but I need a break from that, to be honest, chat. I've been working on it a little bit off stream, and it's just at a really boring stage where I'm just doing all the colour stuff that I don't really like. So I need a break. So we're practicing some perspective today, basically. This line starts here. That's like going too uphill now, because that perspective line is there. If that's flat, this really should go into this, right? That was super difficult. I draw off stream. I'm cool. I do, yeah, sometimes. I draw a lot. Draw all the time. I'm always drawing. Well, actually, if this is the bottom of the thing, then the street would be here, right? It would end like... Let's say it still ends there. It's a wide boy. It's a big widey. Sorry about that if that offends you. If that's not what you signed up for, I'm so sorry. That's the way it is. I think that looks better. It's kind of hard to tell. And then this, we could just block this whole area off with another building, right? If we want to. I like the idea that we start getting lines going this way, so maybe we don't do that. Oops. And I'm just roughing in some basic rectangle shapes, basically. So basic cuboids for these buildings. I'll worry about what shape they are and stuff later. but I just need to rough in where they are compositionally and stuff, basically, first. Let's put one that's like... this one can be all the way up. See there how this line is like going this way, out this way, and by the time we get to here they're going that way. So you get a range of lines which helps sell the perspective idea, right? Oh, this one's a bit cack. Looks wrong. It's not that bad actually. Maybe it's this one that's wrong. No, maybe I'm just an idiot. I'm probably just an idiot. It's just normally what it is, isn't it? Alright. And then this is going to be the edge of the street. Let's see if I get this a bit more in frame for you all. See that? This is like the edge of the street, and then the other buildings are going to be here on the other side of the street. Up to a point probably about here, where it turns into another street, right? It comes off here. That's how streets work. That's how cities are built. It's not just one long road. How's everyone in chat doing, by the way, today? What are we up to? Anything exciting? Anything worth sharing? What kind of hijinks have you gotten up to into whatever tier you're in? Or should it? No, it should curve off. It should curve off. So let's put the building here. Like that. Might make this building more of the frame so that we can put text on here, because this is sort of a big splash page, like title page of the comic. Or we could put it on this one actually. Let's put it on this one. It's fine. That'll be enough room for what we need. Oh, annoying. I'm going to have to draw the other... Oh no, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not. I think I might have to draw the other horizon point over here for these buildings, but it might be alright. Depending on how much we let show. I've had either a lot of salt water or a COVID trial vaccine in my arm. Ah! Exciting. Ooh, Ulatius. I don't really want to become famous. So it's a no from me, but thanks for the chat engagement. That actually helps quite a lot, so thank you for that. Either a load of salt water or a COVID trial vaccine in my... Oh, I see. The salt water would be the placebo. Was that today then? How are you feeling? Hopefully good. Doobie-doo. Can I get rid of that in here? Oh, delete by moderator. Thanks. Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you. Like that. Like that, chat. That's what I'm thinking. That sort of thing. Feeling fine, good. I can't hear what's going on as I have this on in the background, but I used the band hammer on them. Nice, good work. Appreciate you. See, chat, he's not afraid to bring down the band hammer, so be careful out there. Stay safe. Don't get your ass banned. Okay. Okay. Oh man, it's a bit exciting and also nerve-wracking that people are actually getting vaccines now, isn't it? The end could be in sight. I don't want to get your hopes up, chat, but unlimited power. Unlimited power. What a performance by that man. The McDermott. I mean, really just chewing scenery everywhere. Every which where. Okay, so that's our basic layout for buildings and where they're going to be. Better watch out now. Don't hold your breath. It's going to be a long haul. Yeah, it's not over yet. But I'm just saying we are in the end stretch, right? However long or short that might be. Likely long. You would hope so, anyway. Though I will admit it has been quite nice to get paid. Getting paid to sit at home and do nothing all day. And draw. And play video games with my friends. That has been quite nice. And a part of me will miss that. For sure. I feel like these buildings are definitely shorter than these ones, but that's okay, that happens sometimes, right? This one here, it's left indefinite as to how tall it could be, so it could be as tall as them, and we're just looking at a break. It would make sense if we're looking out of a taller building too, so maybe these three are just quite short. That happens sometimes. Right, and then he's going to be coming out of this, right? This is where he's going to be in the frame. We could even do it rule of thirds style. This is another good reason why doing 6 inches is a good shout for like Instagram stuff, because it's very easy to divide into thirds. You just do every 2, right? Oh, I don't know if it's going to fit actually. I think the rule of thirds is going to be in the middle of that building. Unfortunately. Yeah, it'd be right there. But we can put it as close to that as possible, right? Still sort of works. If we put him here. Basically the same idea. It's like half time watching Sheffield Wednesday fall apart against Huddersfield. Yeah. Yeah, that was a bad time, wasn't it? That was a bad time. It's just not a fun time to be a Sheffield Wednesday supporter. I mean, when is it, right? But come on, what are we doing? You know. I'm trying to play a controlled defensive team with Championship players, right? It's just not going to happen. Players just aren't good enough for that kind of football, really. Defensively, anyway. we're more of the sort of win headers and boot up field kind of defensive team. But you're here now to cheer us up. Hopefully. I mean, don't put all your hopes on me. Yeah, if he's here, right? This is kind of the perspective line that his body will face, although it's broadly quite straight, so it shouldn't be too difficult. And this is where we get an idea of scale, right? Because everyone knows about how big a human being is, right? Because we're all human beings. So we see them all the time, and we are them. So when you put that against something else, you get a sense of scale. So in this case, if the door on the building would be, say, this, he's going to be tiny, right? He's going to be like this big. But we need it to be discernible that it's him, this character, right? It needs to make sense, and also that it is sort of the focus of the panel. So I think a lot of that we're going to get with shading. Right, if we just make everything dark and him light, he'll stand out like that. See that, chat? See how now that gives a sense of scale to all the buildings? Get an idea of sort of how big they are. That's what it's all about. I do want it to be quite a busy scene though. That's the annoying thing. So everything is going to be drawing attention away from him, unfortunately. Let's draw some cars. Like a Neo Tokyo kind of vibe. That's exactly the sort of vibe we're going for. Kind of cyberpunky. But maybe not overly cyberpunky, like subtly cyberpunky. Like everyone's fashion and stuff is quite cyberpunky, but it's not like there's going to be loads of holograms and shit everywhere. We're not trying to make a comment on capitalism in this comic. That's cool. It's like a futurized DeLorean. You should draw that. God, how the fuck do you place a car in this perspective? Okay. We want it to be here, broadly. And sort of this big. Right? So like the future from the point of someone in the 80s. Exactly, yes. That's exactly what we're looking for. That's bang on it. It's kind of coming this way, so the perspective point is going to be here, right? For this one. As long as it's on the same horizon line, it should make sense. Doesn't have to all fall into the same horizon, like point of the horizon, but it should all be on the same line. Because different stuff is pointed different ways, right? That's too fat though, I think. More like this. Now that doesn't really follow the road in the same way. It looks like he's driving down into the road. Like crashing, which we don't want. Because at this point it's not even going that way yet, it's going kind of this way. So I guess we follow this road line like that and take the horizon point from there. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, that looks like he's about to run him over. It's not that bad, actually. I think we're almost there. I think if we put it like here, that should be parfait, as they say in La France. Like that. Right, that's the right angle. I think it just needs to be a bit bigger. This is what a lot of drawing perspective is, chat. It's just fucking connecting dots, lines to dots, and then erasing them and replacing them. That's too big. Takes up the whole gosh darn road. Although maybe it would cover the edge of that road, because if it's big it would block your view of some of that. Oh, that's good. I have a good feeling about this one. Like that, chat. That's where this car is going to be. Right there. I just need to draw the shape a bit. It's got like a light either side. Think for where the license plate would be. Spot here comes up. Goes down a bit, and then it comes to a point at the end, which comes down and in. Something like that. That's a car. Sorry if I'm blocking the viewer though with my massive head, by the way, chat. It's just quite hard to draw like this without doing that. Right, so that's that car roughed in. Do another one next to it, going the other way. although this one should be slightly more to this kind of angle. Or this kind of angle actually, really. Let's put them like here. Like that. Or further in, like here. Like that. Just like that. Let's give this like a spoiler or something on the back, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Spoilers are cool, right, chap? I feel like this needs to be higher up. Like that. Oh, that's why it looks weird. I haven't drawn the lines against the perspective point. You doy. So it should be more like this. And then this one is like slanted, so it's like that. There we go. Okay. I don't want to crowd it too much, so I might just leave it at that many cars. Okay. Put some vending machines or something. That's quite 80s future, innit? Vending machines. They have them all the time. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done today, chat. It's quite a complicated page, as you can probably see. So it might just be a matter of roughing out compositionally where everything will go on stream, and then I'll do the rest another time or off stream or something. Don't know. Because it is fun drawing on stream, don't get me wrong, but it can be quite hard to concentrate properly on what you're doing when you're constantly having to check chat and check that everything's still running right and all that stuff. Just feel like I work far more efficiently when I'm not streaming. But then it's nowhere near as fun, right? So swings and roundabouts. Then there could be like a bin or something here. like that. That's going there for 100%. Let's see if we can't find some reference for the tops of buildings. Let's give this like an outer layer with an inner thing. There we go. Could be like a door on here. That would still adhere to the same perspective lines, right? I think I want these buildings to be quite boring. Like that. And then maybe these ones we can have an interesting edge or something to it. Like if this bit comes out more. So there's almost like pillars on the side of this building. That's the middle there. I'm not going to measure that, I'm just going to eyeball it like that. Into here. Beauty. Then those vending machines don't make sense, so we'll move them. One further down. So now there's parts of this building that come out further than others, right? It just makes the shape a bit more interesting. And then we'll put the vending machines here instead. And the door can be like a big set of double doors or something. It should really be the other side of this door, actually, so it'd be like this, right? Sort of thing. Right, now we can start roughing in some like windows and other details on some of these buildings. I'm going to add more people and stuff to the streets in that chat. I just want to get this stuff sorted out. We could even measure this actually to make this line up right. If that's 6, then go like here. We do. For how little like technical skill it really requires to draw this kind of perspective worth, it does take a lot of brain power. You have to concentrate a lot on what you do. Okay. I mean, like skill, like technical wise, technique wise, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're just drawing lines. You're just drawing straight lines with a ruler from a dot to the edge of the thing, right? So it's not that difficult, but it is quite a complex idea, concept. So it makes it quite taxing on the old brain there. Just do these in thicker lines, it should be fine. So these are like windows, right? And then these are blocks of concrete dividing the windows. We can even divide further. If we want to. Yo, what up, day hats? How you doing? Called in the troops. Appreciate you. Thanks. It's not the most thrilling of streams today, though, unfortunately. Just drawing some buildings. Oh, we could draw another fridge, I suppose. Turn one of these buildings into a fridge. Do you think? Wouldn't say no to that. You look like Eminem and 8 Mile. Thanks. I'll take that as a compliment. I'm sure it wasn't meant as one. I don't really know what to do with the side of this building now. Because these pillars are concrete, but the whole side shouldn't be concrete, right? They need windows. Maybe we just make it like build the fridge. Build it and they will come. I'll do a fridge. We'll do a fridge, chat. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry about that. Billboard for a fridge advert. That's a pretty good idea as well, actually. I hadn't thought about billboards. Put it on this building up here, I guess, where there's a bit of wall. We could do that. Forgot this track was on this playlist. It's so stupid, isn't it? I mean, no offense to whoever made it, but how did you listen to this over and over again when you were mixing it, right? How did you do that to yourself? Oh, yeah, see, this is wrong because I definitely need another perspective point there, but it's too late now. I've committed. And then this should continue down, really, to the bottom. There's not a door on this side, so there doesn't need to be a door. I'm an idiot. So there doesn't need to be no windows here. There can be windows here. But also there doesn't need to be a door. That is also true. Okay, let's make this building here a fridge then, because this is the last building that we can see most of it off. Has anyone got a fridge in mind? Or should I just Google some fridges? Fridge. It's got to look like kind of future-y, so it could almost be a building, sort of. Right? Oh, that's quite nice. If we use that fridge, right, as the shape, it's got like this like thing on the side that are the handles, like this, that could be windows. And then this bit we could put windows in. Let's see that chat, hang on. See this like strip here? Could be like a strip of windows, or even like a elevator on the edge of the building. Let's do that. Unless anyone has objections and has found another fridge that they would like me to draw instead. Actually, I think it's a little bit in on the fridge, isn't it? It's not. Yeah, it doesn't go straight to the edge. So let's move that back a bit. Be like here. And now to like, yeah. That's way too thin. And then divide it where the freezer is. Would be like here. Actually no, it'd be like there, wouldn't it? Lovely.
Lovely stuff.
I'll be able to neaten some of these lines up when I ink it, because I'll be inking it in Photoshop, so I can just use snap tools to make straight lines and stuff, so they all have the right angle. Because here it's a bit rough. All these horizontal lines I'm just eyeballing, but when I ink it I'll be able to do it properly, right? Well, actually, let's work from the bottom up so we can see what we're doing. Work from the bottom up so we can see the spacing each time, because otherwise it's covered by the ruler, right? I don't want to block up what we're doing. Well, this bit's quite annoying as well, actually, isn't it? There we go. Now we've got to decide what we do with this bit, because on this fridge it's plain. Well, we need a door. Let's put a door in this bit. Buildings have doors, right? That makes sense. Or maybe instead of a billboard advert for a fridge, this building could just be like a fridge building, company's building. And we could put an advert on the front of it. Like, what if this was Fridge Gang Fridges headquarters? You know, what if? What if, Jack? Maybe not. I know what I want to do with it, but it wouldn't hold the true to the shape of the fridge, so I can't really do that. I want to put like platform like balconies across here, but it would change the shape of the fridge, which would be sacrilege, quite frankly. But that's quite nice, actually. Well, it's like, I don't know if that would look. It makes sense at that ground level of the building, though. Like, what if? Oh, here's the problem with this bit now, is that this perspective leads into there, but this perspective leads down the road, right? So that should really end there. We should have put the perspective line over here, this perspective point over here for this one. But now I've committed. to not doing that. And it's gonna look dumb if I don't. If I do that now. Or is it? Or is it? Chat. It might not. I think the only thing that's selling at the moment is these, so if we get rid of these, we can do that. This is the problem with putting, I don't know why I put a curved street in there. I just made it way harder for myself. Because all the edges of the building follow the edge of the street, which means that the perspective point of each building is different because it's pointing a different way, ever so slightly. So if we want this to be the line of the edge of the building to follow the street, then the perspective point for that is going to be off page here. But let's just put it here. Cheat. It'll just be a bit wonky. Just that means we have to do all these goddamn windows again. But that's fine. You live and you learn, chat. What it's all about. I've just done it to the wrong fucking point. Again. There we go. Now this is kind of turned at a slightly different angle to this building, so it makes sense that it follows that curve of that road. Even though we've made the curve much more slight now, so it's a lot easier to track. Doobity doobity doo. Okay, and then across there, it's basically that line. So basically like this, and then like that. Like so. Then we put the door back in. Good. Very good. So good. Right. Now we can put in what I was going to do, which is like a bit of a porchway type thing here. Built into the edge of the fridge there. Thusly. Dum 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 da dum. Some pillars like this. These are windows. Still doesn't tell us what we're going to do with this bit, but That's about 5mm to there. There we go. Now we just make these like tall windows basically. Oh, I have to come down to this point there, annoyingly. I mean, I could just eyeball it, but I'm not going to do that. See, that's what happens when you can eyeball stuff, you get it wrong. Now I've got to do it this way. So that I can see what I'm doing. Space them out properly. Rather than being lazy and stupid. And making mistakes all the time, god damn it. What am I like? Okay, that's a fridge building in. It doesn't look much like a fridge now that we've put windows and shit on it, but trust me, that's where it came from. It's a fridge. It's the shape of a fridge. Alright. That's nice. That's real nice. I think we do that here. Which again needs a load-bearing pillar supporting a built-in part, so it'd be like this, goes across to there, like so. Wow, you wouldn't even see any of the actual building. Okay, that's fine. That's perfectly reasonable. And then this horizon point would be higher up, right? It'd be like here. So this would actually be to like that. And that's those three buildings, dude. We need to re-put these. Let's put them. You know, we got rid of those vending machines. Let's put some vending machines over here. There we are. What comic is this for? It's for this little Instagram comic that I've been doing. Remember we did this page? So each part of it is a square because it goes on Instagram, and each thing is only like 1 to 3 panels long. And basically I'm just sort of making it up as I go, story-wise. And it's called The Dream. Basically, it's a sci-fi comic where this guy is like he has like telekinetic powers, but he's deemed to be dangerous because of this by the government. So they lock him up in jail and force him to sleep all the time, so that he can't. If he's asleep, he can't be using his powers and breaking out and killing people. And this is the dream that he has every time he goes to sleep. He wakes up in this city and he just wants to get out and escape. And every time he escapes from the city, which I've just realised is a great Sonic the Hedgehog reference right there, every time he does, he wakes up again in the real world and he tries to escape using his telekinetic powers, but he keeps getting forced back to sleep by the robots that control the prison. It's a really weird story that I came up with in a dream one time, which is partly why it's called The Dream, right? But basically, the story isn't that important. It's more just something to do to draw more comics, and something that I don't have to worry too much about being good or, you know, showcasing my ability or anything. Oops, sorry, I just turned my camera off there, so that isn't live footage. So it's, yeah, just encourages me to draw more comics, basically, without having the pressure of some of the other ones I make. Is that live now? Yeah, good. I don't know what part of this drawing to draw next. Let's go back to our reference pics and get some ideas of cities and stuff. What do cities have, chat? People. Lots of people. Cities have people, everybody. Did you know that? Let's draw some people. Now, obviously, because we're quite high up, the people are going to be quite small. So we don't have to do too much detail. Just give away the idea of a pose. That should be all we need, and just try and make sure that the scale plays out so they all look about the right size, depending on how far they are. See, for example, this guy that I've just drawn, right? He looks smaller than this guy, even though he's technically closer to the camera. Well, actually, it might be about the same because he's further this way, but he's closer to this. Either way, he needs to be bigger. And at this rough stage, I'm literally just putting in like a head, a torso, some legs, and some arms in whatever pose I want. And that's how literally as rough as I'm doing it. It doesn't have to be. It's like a level. It's like one level above Stickmen, essentially. Sorry, I'm getting a series of messages here, chat, from my sister, who's going insane right now. So over here, if we put someone here, they're going to be slightly further away from our main character. So they're going to be slightly smaller than our main character. That makes sense, right? You can abide that. There. And here where they're close to the camera, that's right, they're going to be bigger than him. And then loads of people here, like in the distance. I don't want to completely fill the streets with people. Because quite frankly, I can't bother to draw that many people. And this is all like a dream, right? Simulation. Got to go now to the vets. Good progress on your drawing today. Thank you. Good luck at the vets. Good luck. I hope it's nothing serious. Nothing super serial. And thanks for dropping by. Yeah, so this is like a dream, right? So it doesn't have to be exactly real. If there's not that many people in the streets, it's fine. Just a normal issue routine. Fine, good. Well, either way, have fun, I suppose. Let's put someone using this vending machine. There we go, that's people. It's people done. What else does cities have? That's right, street lights. Street lights, everybody. Let's draw some goddamn street lights. Not always the most exciting scenes to draw these, but they do often look quite cool when you're finished. When goddamn, where is my ruler? There it is. I found it, chat. You can quit worrying. Uno. Now the thing is to make sure that they're evenly spaced, right? They appear evenly spaced, because obviously the further you get away, the closer that distance is going to look. If something's in perspective leading over to here, then the further away it is, the smaller the gap is, but it still looks in line, right? If you do the same distance each time, then it doesn't look right. It doesn't look like perspective. Everything looks wrong, like it's going, like they're getting different gaps apart. And normally there are ways that you can measure that on a straight line, but here we have a curved line, so I don't really know how to measure that. I think it's just going to be a case of let's eyeball it, chat. So I think if that's that distance, it's going to be ever so slightly smaller. I think basically right where this guy's standing, annoyingly, is where the next one's going to be. Like so. And then this line can just follow this line, right? There's that, and then this one's slightly shorter distance, so I think it would be about here. Annoyingly, it's covering up all the important visual details, like that door's basically going to get covered up now. Our main character is essentially right over the top of it. Wow. That's okay though. We'll work it out. Actually, it needs to be higher than that. It needs to be up to like here. There we go. And then there'll be some on this side too. Like this. And there would be some on this street, but most of this street, this side of the street, is covered up by these buildings. So we don't really have to worry about drawing it at all, which is nice. Put like a sign coming off of this building if you want, just to fill some of this gap. Maybe this is a hotel. So it says like hotel going down. Maybe. Is that a line? Oh no, it wasn't. It's perfect. 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 These are outlined now. Oh, there's that, oh, there's there. Bum 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 bum. Oh yeah, we said we were going to do that kind of curved building thing. Well, you couldn't see it, but I could see it. And I said I was going to do it, chat. And that's what I'm going to do. Pew, pew, pew. This kind of a curved building with the like balcony bits built out is what we're going to put in this corner over here. I'm going to try and do anyway. Just gonna eyeball this one because when I ink it, I'll make it look better. But for now, that's fine. Like that. Put a sign here or something. Good. Fine. Yeah, and then this one is going to be like this. Okay. Now we just got to work out what we're going to do with these buildings, and then I think we leave it there for the day. I think that will be a good day's work. Right, let's get this fridge advert / billboard built in. Shall we? Shall we? I want it to fit in the frame, so it's going to have to be a weird shaped billboard, but that's fine. It's gonna say fridge keeping that D is honkingly big. Fridge gang. Fridge is fridge gang fridges, and then it's going to say stay chill at the bottom. And it's going to be like an icicle or a snowflake rather. Let's lift it up so you can see this. See that, chat? Fridge gang fridges, stay chill. It's in. We're in. You've made it. It does go off the panel a bit, but that's okay. That's fine, we won't worry about that. We won't worry about that. Now we've got to learn how you draw the top of buildings, chat. Every day is a school day. Rooftops. Rooftops. Yeah, see? I want one that's like has this kind of tiled situation. You see this? Kind of European. I think that's what I want to do with this one. It's got this like tilted bit. So maybe we make it like, if that follows that line, right? And this window piece comes out. And there's like a bit over the top. Bingo bango. Then we draw a door, a doer, adjacent to it. I'm just going to move the door slightly from where we'd put it originally. That's okay. Things change. Then we can do another window equidistant, like so. And another gap. And another gosh darn window. Nice. Slanted. Slanted. And then this lip is like a lip of like fatter tiles, right? So like a gutter of sort of a metally bit, you know? And then this it should all be the same thing, right? Like so. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful, y'all. Good, good, good. Then this is like a little bit in the top. Or no, maybe it should just be like flat on top like that. Flat on top with like a what are they called? Like an air conditioning unit on the top. Buildings often have those, right? Especially in America. Not that this is in America. This is probably more Japan than America. This place is going to be inspired by. Like that. Then the edges of this have tiled parts that come out and into here. Just follow the perspective. That. And then windows. Windows. I should have followed these lines, but it pretty much does anyway. It's fine. As really should these, but a lot of this I'm just gonna leave rough, and I'll like fix it when I ink it, basically. As long as I get broadly where everything is supposed to be down, and roughly how big or broadly what the shape is, I should be able to fix it with inks pretty easily. Oh, that's one word. I don't want one word. Yeah, and this is like, that's my plants and shit on here. Yes. Yes. In fact, I might make this building slightly different shape to the one I've already made it. Just to make it a bit more interesting. Oh yes, more French. Fantastic. Fantastic. Down. Might learn French so I can see what they're saying in these tracks. Chat. Does anyone in chat speak French? Anyone in chat able to translate for me? Because quite frankly, je ne comprends pas. Oh, something about long glass I heard, so that's English, right? That's what that means. And then they have these weird, like, stairway exits, don't they, on the top of buildings that mean you can get onto the rooftop for a party or whatever. I don't know why you'd want to, but you can. Like this. Wow, at this point the perspective is so stretched that it's basically a straight line the whole way. Nice. Nice. Have the door open so we can see what's going on here. Basically, chat, you're just adding stuff all the time until you think it's got enough stuff. That's all it is. If it looks like it's a bit empty somewhere, add some stuff in that area and then move on to a new area that needs stuff. Add some stuff there. And then when you're sick and tired of adding stuff, and there's stuff absolutely everywhere, you're done. Stick a fork in it. You're done. You're stuffed out. Okay, now we've got to work out what we do with this final building top. I mean, we could just leave it black, right? But that's boring. Da-ba-dum da. Da-ba-dum da. Da-da. Da-ba-dum da. Da-dum. Da-ba-dum da. Okay, we're just gonna do another boring this type of thing. Oops, that's the edge of that. So it needs to be like that. And then like that. Wow. See, I've gone way off by eyeballing these. But when we ink it, we will have the computer on our side, so we won't just be eyeballing it, the computer will be eyeballing it, and the computer has a perfect eyeball. An ability to eyeball perfectly. Durgadum, 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 durgadum. Beautiful. Okay, chat. I think that's going to do it right there. I think that's it for today. We've blocked in the main shapes and ideas of where everything is. Now all that's left is to clean it all up, add some details, and add some shading, some shadows as well, and then we can ink it. What do we think? Does it make sense? Does it look right? Does it look awful? Who knows? Bearing in mind it comes after this, right? I'm thinking if everything's quite dark and he is light in the image, he will stand out because we need him in the middle, this guy here, to stand out so you know that this is congruent to this. But that is something that we will have to do in the inking stage. Shat. That's something we'll do with halftones. Either way, that's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. Maybe you learned something today. Maybe you didn't. Either way, thanks for dropping by. Appreciate it. It's always fun to have someone to talk to while I'm working, even if I am just rambling a lot of the time. It's quite nice. And it's always a good excuse to do some drawing when I wouldn't necessarily be drawing. So, peace out, brother. Yeah, see you in a bit. It'll be the same time next week, if not another one before. I might try and do one this weekend. Maybe working more on the poster or doing... Obviously, we've got to finish penciling this and ink it and all that stuff. So we'll see. But at least there will be one next Wednesday at 2 PM. In the meantime, thanks for dropping by. Follow if you're not already. Tell your friends. Alright. See you later. Thanks, Fridge Gang. Stay chill. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Stay chill. Bye-bye. Goodbye.